Sometimes, all it takes is one mistake to change the game, or end everything. From a miss that ruined a continent's biggest game to errors that ended this goalie's career, these are the biggest career-ending football mistakes in the game. And first up, this legend slip years back cost him everything. In the 2013-14 season, Steven Gerrard and Liverpool were on a mission. See, Gerrard was Liverpool's most iconic player at the time, and the dude had won almost everything. A Champions League miracle in 2005, 2 FA Cups, and even the Europa League. But the only trophy missing from Gerrard's cabinet was the big one, the Premier League. In 2009, Gerrard came close with Liverpool, but they finished 5 points off the top. But now in 2014, with just 3 games left to go, they came into the match against Chelsea, knowing that all they had to do was win, and they'd be a point away from finally winning the league for the first time in 24 years. And no one was going to miss that. So Anfield was packed. But minutes into the first half, Gerrard got a pass from the halfway line, and as he tried to control it, he slipped and knew that his boots weren't the only thing slipping away that afternoon. Watching Mbappe race through, Gerrard knew the title chase was over. Liverpool ended up losing the game 2-0, and after a 3-3 draw with Crystal Palace, Manchester City went above the Reds and won the league. Gerrard played one more season for Liverpool, but at the end of 2015, he was gone. And while everyone still sees him as a legend, no one's ever gonna forget that slip, man. Became a trending hashtag on Twitter. To be fair to Gerrard, he left the club a legend and still got a final farewell match at Anfield the next season. But for Loris Karius, his big mistakes in the Champions League final ended his Liverpool on the spot. Liverpool versus Real Madrid in the 2018 final, and the Reds came into this one with insane momentum. They were scoring goals for fun. Mane, Salah, and Firmino kept combining to crazy effect. And at the back, they got in Van Dijk from Southampton, and he turned the team into an insane defensive unit. But that evening, what they didn't know was that all eyes would be on someone else at the back, the dude behind the post. As the game went on, Liverpool dominated early on, until Salah got injured and had to leave the pitch early. And just when they thought it couldn't get any worse, well, Loris Karius did this. A giveaway in the Champions League final, and Benzema got the lucky ticket. Mane did equalize for the Reds, until that Bale stunner. Yeah, this one. Had Madrid back in front again. Liverpool continued chasing the game until the 83rd minute, when Karius decided one giveaway wasn't enough and made it a 2-for-1 special. Jokes aside, gotta feel for the dude, man. After the game, Karius came out to say he'd been concussed thanks to Sergio Ramos. But I guess Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp weren't buying that excuse, because Karius never played for Liverpool again. I bet Kolo Muani wishes he'd face Karius in goal last year, when he missed the chance to win the biggest tournament in the world for his country. France versus Argentina in the 2022 World Cup. And after an insane 3-3 draw, at the end of extra time, France had the ultimate chance to win the game. The Argentine defense misjudged a loose ball, and once Kolo Muani was in, the entire stadium was on its feet. One-on-one versus the keeper. Some French fans had already started celebrating as soon as Kolo Muani hit this one. But somehow, he couldn't score. Incredible save? Insane miss? I don't even know, man, but that was electric. In an interview months later, Kolo Muani admitted that this chance replays in his head every night before he sleeps. And I'd hate to be the dude that breaks it to him, but he'd probably never forget it for the rest of his career. Just like Nicolas Anelka won't forget his epic penalty miss in Moscow. 2008, the Champions League final, Chelsea versus Manchester United, and after the game finished 1-1, it went to penalties. See, for the Chelsea team, this was added pressure because this final was being played in Moscow, the home of the Chelsea owner at the time, Roman Abramovich, so there was no way they could lose. Chelsea had the chance to win the shootout through John Terry, but he slipped and hit the post. And with both teams having missed one penalty each, Nicolas Anelka stepped up to the kick for Chelsea. But he missed. United won, and Anelka's career was never the same again. He left Chelsea 3 years later, and after a couple of spells in different clubs around the world, retired in 2019. Penalty misses are painful, man, but I don't think I've seen anyone as big as the time Asamoah Gyan was trying to score from 12 yards for an entire continent. Ghana made it to the quarterfinals of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, and the African continent was behind them. No African country had ever made it past this stage back then, and with penalties just around the corner, Ghana had the chance to make history. Luis Suarez got sent off for a handball in the box, and Asamoah Gyan had the chance to score for Ghana with the last kick of the game and send them to the semis. But the pressure must have been too much for Gyan, because guess that African weight made his shoulder crack. Gyan missed, Ghana lost in the shootout, and that tournament will always be remembered as what could have been for Gyan. Just like 2014 will always be remembered as what could have been for Argentina if Gonzalo Higuain hadn't missed. Argentina versus Germany in the World Cup final. And with a game that tense, it was tight. But against the run of play, Toni Kroos couldn't control the ball properly. And once the bounce deceived him, Gonzalo Higuain was through on goal. This was the chance to put Argentina one up in the final at the home of their biggest rivals. But as he took the shot, instead of celebrating, Higuain knew he just made himself become the most hated man in Argentina. Germany later went on to win it in extra time. And despite how hard he tried, Higuain just couldn't shake off that miss. And after 2016, he never played for Argentina again. Maybe Higuain gets a lot of unfair hate from the media, because his miss reminds me of the time an even bigger Argentine missed the chance to cap off an incredible season. The 2012 version of Lionel Messi was insane. The guy was competing with teams for goals. Whoa! That season, Messi had broken almost every goal-scoring record on count. But in the Champions League semifinals, Messi and Barca had work to do in the second leg after losing 1-0 to Chelsea. They went 2-0 up on the night, and in the second half, Messi had the chance to score from the spot, make it 3-1, and send Barca to the final. But I guess he's human after all. Hit the bar! Chelsea ended up drawing the game 2-2 and knocking Barca out. Crazy thing is, Messi wasn't the only GOAT missing from 12 yards that week in the Champions League. Hours back, Ronaldo did the same thing at the Bernabeu and ruined Madrid's season. So here's the deal. Remember when I said 2012 Messi was on another level? Yeah, well, when it came to club football, Madrid was different gravy. Under Jose Mourinho, the team had broken the record for the most points in La Liga history and the most wins. To cap it all off, the only thing missing was winning the one trophy, the Champions League. That team was complete, man. And against Bayern Munich in the semifinals, it was epic. The game finished 3-3 on aggregate and went into a penalty shootout. And the list of Madrid penalty takers from that night looked like an all-star cast straight out of FIFA. I'm pretty sure any Madrid fan watching Cristiano Ronaldo step up to take a crucial pen must have been feeling really confident. But against the odds, CR7 blanked. Madrid lost the shootout on home turf. And despite having that amazing season, Mourinho himself remembers it as the season that should have been more painful stuff. On the plus side, Mourinho took that L in, went back to Chelsea, then Manchester United and Spurs, subscribed to Goal Zone, is now coaching AS Roma. Not a bad career.